Hello, Click Designers! Today I'm going to walk you through how to create a landing page from scratch using ClickDesigns. Yes, you heard that right. We are going to show you how to create this type of landing page, including this element like the e-cover or this banner right here, and also the different icons included on the landing page, just like these. Plus, we are also going to show you how to create these testimonials, this e-cover, and of course, this type of logo, all in ClickDesigns from scratch. So let's head on over now to ClickDesigns and let's get started. Log into your ClickDesigns account, click on Logos, then click on Start from Scratch. Right after that, type in a file name for your logo, tick Logo, and then type in the business name for your logo or whatever name you would like to appear on your logo. This is the automated logo generator. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tick on a template that I like. Then I am going to customize this even more. I'm going to select an icon from the icon library because I want it to be different. So I'm going to choose something here. Okay, and then let's further customize the color of the vectors according to our brand colors. Let's select the type of color code that we like. Then let's change the font style here. I like this better. Let's make this a little bit smaller and zoom it in. Let's click on export and let's export this to our local drive. Next, let's go ahead and create our header background. So I clicked on backgrounds on the templates and then I hit start from scratch. Then I will type in my file name for the backgrounds and then I selected backgrounds right there. And then I will hit continue. I will now enter the canvas size that I would like. It's 1920 by 1080. Then right after that, I just hit continue. Now we have a blank canvas. I'd like to change the background color. So I'm going to select a color right here that again matches our brand colors. Right after that, let's go ahead and add a shape. Let's select this square. Let's extend it a little bit and rotate. Let's go ahead and stretch and add this here on the side so we can have some abstract shapes here on our header background. Stretch it a little bit, move it to the side. Let's go ahead and make some adjustments. Okay, then right after that, let's adjust the color to match our theme. Let's select the right color over there. Then let's add another shape. Let's choose what we can add right here. Let's select this shape here. So we have a number of shapes on the side grouped together. Adjust the color. Let's go ahead and choose another one. What can we add here? This one. And let's add the circle, add some outlines, and then go ahead and modify the color. Put it on the side. Make sure that the color matches the theme again. Put this a little bit on the side. Then let's go ahead and click on export. Now that we are done with our background, let's go ahead and choose a cover. So let's start from scratch. Let's add our new design. Let's select a wireframe of a cover that we would like. Then let's click on create. Now it's time for us to zoom out a little bit, adjust the color of the background, and obviously follow our color theme. Let's add a new text right here. Adjust the color. Type in obviously the topic, which is yoga. Make a little adjustment to the font. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Then right after that, let's adjust it a little bit here to the center. Let's take a look how it looks like here on the preview button. Okay, looks good. So let's just put it down a little bit. Then let's select one of the cutouts right here from our cutout library. Let's look for a girl doing yoga. This one right here. Okay, I think it looks nice. Then let's add a shape. Let's add this square. Twist it a little bit, rotate. Put it a little bit here. This is a Very nice creative trick that we're doing. Make it white and send it to back. So as you can see now, the background of the girl is two-toned. It's the green one and the white one. Then let's duplicate this text field right here. Then let's add another shape there. Let's put it to the side and make it a border. Change the color. Let's see what color suits it. And then let's move this a little bit. Let's adjust the text. Then let's type the title of our e-cover. Let's adjust this text a little bit. Move it here. Make it a little bit smaller so that it will fit the canvas. There you go. Let's clone it and then let's put something on top as well. Change the color of the font and then write the author name. And then let's make it a little bit smaller so that it will fit the border right here. There we go. Then right after that, let's change the font style. Okay, let's center it there. And then let's go ahead and adjust the font for this one. Change the font, make it a little bit more attractive. Make this a little bit smaller and let's make sure that everything is centered. Then let's go ahead and adjust the color, make it white. Let's go back to shapes. Let's add some more shapes here, like a pattern, a nice pattern that we could add here. Then let's change the color. Let's send it backwards. Then adjust the opacity. Move this girl a little bit here in the center. Move the text down, make some adjustments to the text. And then let's add another shape. Let's stretch that, send it to back, and then adjust our text. Let's change the color as well. Let's make it white. And the color of the text, let's change it so that it could be seen against the white background. Now let's try to make the text fit inside our shape. Let's go ahead and make a little bit adjustments to the color. See what matches our theme. Copy the color scheme of our background, the color code, and then make sure that it's the same here as the text. Let's move it a little bit. Let's take a look. Okay, let's close our preview. Let's zoom in. So I guess this is good enough, but right now let's go ahead and create the spine. Let's put the color code right there, paste it. Let's preview. And now this is how our e-cover looks like. Let's go ahead and add a shape, make it colored white to match the border. There you go. So now it looks like it flows and there is a continuity with the spine and also with the front cover. Let's go ahead and close this preview. Right after that, let's make some final tweaks right here. Let's add a text. First, let's put a text layer. Select the font color. Obviously, it's white, just the same as the front. You can adjust the angle as well. And then now you have your text box right there. So let's go ahead and type the title of our e-cover. Yoga for Beginners. Then let's make it fit. Let's choose the correct font family, the same as the one we have in front. And then let's fix the letter spacing a little bit just to spread it out. Okay, let's adjust it a little bit more. Then let's adjust the font size. Let's just make sure the font size isn't super big or like too big for the spine. Let's take a look how it looks like. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's go ahead and save. Then right after that, let's exit. So now that we're done with our e-cover, let's go back to backgrounds. So that we could create our second background, let's type in our file name, YogaBG2 with background selected. Then let's enter first a bigger canvas size, and we could always resize this right afterwards. So now let's change the color, and then let's resize the canvas size to something that will fit our header. So 1920 by 700, this is perfect for our header background. The second one, let's add some shapes right here. Let's choose a nice shape that we could add. There, this pattern. Let's resize this pattern a little bit. So we could play around with different patterns, not just shapes, but patterns that we can add on our background for our landing page. So let's adjust the color, make sure it's the same color code as our theme. Let's modify the opacity a little bit. Then let's go back to shapes. Let's click this square here, reposition it and stretch it a little bit. There. Let's go ahead and stretch it more and make sure it's in the middle. Right after that, let's add our color using our color code. Let's add a shadow. Let's adjust the offset. And let's play around with some of the effects right here. Just a shadow. Let's see if we could blur it a little bit, and then let's save it. Next, let's go ahead and start from scratch again. This time, let's select a blank canvas because this is going to be for our About Us section. Let's add an image right here, and then let's search an appropriate image from the cutouts. Then let's choose this one. And let's go ahead and crop it. Let's move it to the side. Then let's add a shape. So let's add a circle right here. Let's stretch the circle and make it a little bit bigger, and then send it to back. Then let's adjust the color a little bit. Right there, let's fix it. The background, so we made the circle white, and then let's make the background of this shape for About Us the same color code as our theme. Then let's go ahead and change the white circle, adjust the opacity. Then let's choose another shape that we could add. Let's add this pattern right here, just the same as how we added this pattern earlier. Make it white, adjust the positioning. Let's make the circle a little bit smaller. Then let's add some elements. So let's go through the elements right here, and then let's choose a nice element. Let's choose this one. Let's get another element that we could add right here. The striped circle there. So this is just to add a little flair to our About Us section. And basically, it's the idea of adding different elements together to make it into one cohesive design. All the elements that go and blend well together, it's just a matter of your creativity, adding the shapes, adjusting that, send it back, and obviously just adjusting the color that you like. And let's group them together. And now let's stretch the image. There you go. And let's put it a little bit here to the side. Let's stretch it a little bit more. Then let's just make sure that we have the correct size. Let's group them all together again, and let's put them to the center. Let's see if we could play with the color a little bit. Let's make it transparent. Then we export it at 96 dpi with PNG format. And we're done with the About Us section. Now let's go back to the background section, and then let's create our third background. Don't forget to enter your bigger canvas size, because then we could resize this right afterwards when we start. So let's make the canvas white. And then right after that, let's go ahead and choose a shape that we would like to add. let's see, let's add a shape or a pattern right here. So let's select this one. Let's change the color and make sure it matches our green yoga theme. And then let's make this shape or pattern and move it to the side. And let's adjust the opacity a little bit. Okay, let's move it there. And then let's add another shape as we did earlier with the About Us section, but then we drag the shape to the side. So it's not entirely visible, but we just have portions of the shape that are visible. Then let's add another one right here. Let's adjust the color a little bit. And then let's put that on the side. So let's just adjust this pattern. Make sure that it isn't too big. And then let's adjust this one and let's move it around. Then let's click on save. And we're done with our next background. Now let's move on to a custom graphics. Let's create our 6 bullet points for our landing page. Let's enter the canvas size, obviously. Now this is a custom graphic that we're going to start off with a blank canvas. So we select first the right background color for our bullet points. And then let's add a shape. So let's add our square, change the color a little bit, adjust the size, move it around and stretch when necessary. Now let's add a text layer. Let's see if we can add a shadow to the shape and then adjust the offset of the shadow. And let's lower the blur level a little bit. And then let's adjust the color of the shadow. There you go. Then let's move the text. Let's paste our text right here and make it bold. Let's move it around and center the text. Then let's select an icon that matches our theme for fitness, because it says here, get fit and burn fat. So if you remember on the landing page earlier, I showed you some different icons that look like these. So basically these are the bullet points on our landing page. Now we are just going to build them one by one, starting with this first thing right here. Now we have here the headline of the icon or the bullet, which is get fit and burn fat. Then we have our lorem ipsum text, which obviously we can fill with our text or content in the future. Let's group this icon together with the text and let's paste it several times. So what's going to happen is I pasted it thrice, I grouped it, and then I grouped it again in the batch of 3, and then I pasted it again. So now I have 6 bullet points, and then I could modify all the text right here. I could change the text for each bullet point. So I'll change this into flexible classes, and then obviously I have to choose an icon that best represents this text. So let's go ahead and choose something right here. Let's choose this clock, and then we replace the arm flexing with a muscle. Let's make sure that it is the right size or the same size as our other bullets or icons. We make sure that it's center aligned. Then we go to the next one. Let's change the headline right here. Let's paste our headline. Then let's select a correct or an appropriate icon that matches meal plans. Let's select something that's also black and white so that it matches our theme from the previous icons. So let's delete the old icon that we have, and then let's correctly position it and align it to the center. Next, we edit this one and then paste the right text. Group training, we select all to make sure that everything is centered. And then let's choose something that will match this icon of group training. Let's just adjust the size to make sure it's the same size. Move it to the side and delete the original icon. Paste it to the center and make sure that we align everything to the center after grouping them. Then let's move on to the next icon or the next text here, which is Pilates. And then we center everything. Just make sure that we center them horizontally. group them, and obviously we look for the right icon. So let's type in Pilates right here. There you go. Let's go ahead and move that here. Let's adjust the size to make sure they're the same size as the previous icons that we've selected. We delete the other one. Let's center it horizontally. Make sure that they have the correct alignment. Then let's move on to the last icon, which is online yoga. Let's search for an icon right here. Let's type in online yoga. So we have some black and white icons. Let's make sure that the size matches our previous set of icons. Remove the old one. Select all, group them, and center them horizontally. So now we have all our 6 bullet points. Let's just group them together and move them to the center of our canvas just to make sure that they are all aligned correctly. Once we're done with our final touches, let's make sure that the background is transparent. Let's move over to the color code and then let's make it transparent. Then we could go ahead and export it in PNG format. That being said, since it is transparent, we could go ahead and add it to our landing page without any hassle or issues with the color. Now let's move on to our testimonial block. Let's start from scratch. Let's go to backgrounds. Let's type in our file name and then let's enter a bigger canvas size first so that we can play around with it. And then eventually we could resize it into a smaller canvas size. Let's choose white and then let's just make it a little bit smaller just to fit our testimonial block. Then let's add some shapes. Let's click on this square right here. Let's resize it a little bit. Let's make sure it looks perfectly in the center. Let's center it horizontally. And then let's go ahead and add our color theme. And let's add here a shadow, fix the offset and the blur and the vertical offset as well. Let's adjust this horizontal offset a little bit more, a little bit with a blur, then the shadow color. Let's choose a shadow color right there. Then let's resize the canvas a little bit more. And let's center this one. And then right after that, let's go ahead and stretch this rectangle a little bit. Let's center it horizontally and vertically. Then right after that, let's choose another shape right here. Let's add this square on the side, on the corner. Let's send it backwards and then let's adjust the color and the opacity a little bit. Okay, let's add that here. Okay, let's move it a little bit more and then let's duplicate that and move it on the next corner. That way it looks really nice. Okay, and then let's group all the elements together and then let's save that. So now we have the testimonial block or the testimonial background that we will be using. Then it's time to make the actual testimonial. Let's click on the template that we've created and we've edited. So this is basically the testimonial with the text that we've copied over and then the circled images and of course the names. And then we added the background of the testimonial right here and then we click on export. For the last part of this landing page element or background, we will be adding the CTA background or the call to action background. Now let's just enter the canvas size, and again, it's easier to add a bigger canvas size and then adjust later on. Here on the canvas size, let's just choose the type of color or let's follow the theme. Let's quickly resize it. Let's add some shapes. So let's click on shapes, then let's add this square. Let's rotate it a little bit and extend the edges and then put it here on the corner. Let's just fix the alignment over there, rotation, drag it over here to the side, adjust the color following our theme, and then let's go ahead and choose another pattern right here. There you go. Adjust the color of the pattern as well. And then right after that, let's adjust the opacity of that pattern. And then maybe we could add another element right here, drag it a little bit, and then obviously we need to change the color. So let's just add some stroke and then the outline. make a transparent color, and then white outline. And there you have it. So we're almost done here with our last element for our landing page, and then we're good to go. The next step is we log into our site builder, which is in our case ClickFunnels 2.0. We start a blank landing page and then we add a full page or full width section. We click on that and then we select 2 columns, so we click on that as well, so that our full page or full width section has 2 columns that we can add elements to. Next, we are going to add our background for this particular navigation menu section. We hover over on top, click on the gear icon right there, which is the settings, and then we go to the image gallery or the image URL uploads. We click on image URL, click on that icon right there. Then right after that, it opens up the image gallery. What we're going to do is we are going to import all the ClickDesigns graphics that we've downloaded earlier and created. Let's copy them and drag them right here on the image gallery section. Then let's wait for all the images to be saved and loaded in our image gallery. This is so that all the images that we've created will easily be accessible from our library once we add them into the different sections or elements on the page. Once all the images have loaded, all you need to do is select the right background for your section. I'll select this one as the background for our top navigation menu. And then here, we have different elements that we can add. So I'll click on Add New Element. Then I will click on this image placeholder right here. Then I'll click on that. I'll click on Image URL so that I could search from the library again the image that I'd like. We have our Yoga Flow logo. I will select that, and now we have our logo loaded on our landing page. So next I will click on Add Element, and this time I would like to add a navigation menu just so that people can easily navigate our landing page. Next, I will select the settings of the logo so that I could make it a little bit smaller. So I could adjust the image width right here, and I could also adjust the image height. But I'm going to leave it as is right now. Then I'm going to add a new row with 2 columns again. So I'll repeat the process. Then I will click on Add Element. Then I clicked on Headline. And then I clicked on Subheadline because I want to have a headline and subheadline on my landing page. Then I have an image placeholder right here. Again, I will select the image URL section. I'm back at my image library, and then I will choose the e-cover that I've created, which is Yoga for Beginners. Now that I'm done with this section right here, I have the option to add whatever call to action headline I would like, and also the subheadline. So I will just paste my headline right here, and then I can customize that by aligning it to the left. Then let's make some further changes. Let's click on the styles, and then let's click on the font size. Let's make it a little bit bigger. I think that's good enough. And then let's go ahead and make it bold. Then it's time to edit the call to action subheadline. Now what we could do is copy our text, and then we could paste it here. But let's align it first, and then let's go ahead and change this. Let's paste everything right here. Then let's click on the settings. Now let's choose the medium weight or thickness of the font. Then let's adjust the color to our liking or to follow our theme. I think this color is good enough. Let's choose something right here, a little bit on the green side, dark green. There you go. And then right after that, let's take a look how it looks like when we choose the regular thickness of the font, and then let's increase the font size a little bit. So what we're doing right now is we're playing around with it to see what makes it look better or what makes the landing page look more attractive or eye-catching. Then we could also adjust the line height right here. So basically the idea is we play around with it and then we adjust accordingly depending on how we want it to look like. After that, let's add another element right here, and let's go ahead and choose the button or the CTA button. So obviously we need people to click on our landing page. Now let's go ahead and adjust the settings of our CTA button. So let's change this to the text Learn More. And then we could adjust and customize the CTA button right here according to the color that we like, or maybe the spacing. Or aside from that, we could also adjust the font size. So first, let's go ahead and adjust the color. And let's choose something that will match our theme. Then let's adjust the font size right here. Next, let's customize the hover color. So basically, when someone hovers their mouse over the call to action button, we can customize that color as well. Let's go ahead and double check any adjustments that we have to make. Let's play around with alignment and let's align it to the left. And then let's customize further, double checking the settings of our call to action button. So this is the color that I've ended up with. This is the color code. And right after that, I'm just going to make some final touches here to our call to action button, adjusting the padding and the width and the thickness. Then let's go to our top navigation menu or top section. Let's adjust the image style to make sure our background fits 100% width and height. So here I'm just playing around with whatever setting would best fit our landing page. But this time I'm just going to choose the fit 100% width and height so that our background would be stretched. Then I could adjust and play around with the padding as well. So as you can see, while I play around with the setting, the images move to the center. Next, I'm going to click on the settings here of the navigation menu, and then I'm going to adjust the top margin. I'm done with that. Now I'd like to change the alignment of the logo, and I aligned it to the left. Now it looks good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new section so that we could put the rest of our elements. I'm going to select a full page section with 2 different columns again. And for each column, we have elements as well. Now I'm going to add a background for that entire section. I'm going to click on the image gallery, and then I will click this background, the one that we did on ClickDesigns. There you go. Now we could add elements right here. So first, I will add my first element, then I will choose the image placeholder. I will click on that, and then I will go back to my image library. Then I will select this photo right here of the girl, the cutout, the graphic that we created on ClickDesigns. Then I will add another element right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this headline and I'm going to move that down so that at least we have the same font size and then the same font colors. I'm going to do the same thing with the subheadline. I'm going to clone it and then move it down. So as you can see, that's how it looks like with the same font styles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the settings of the section, and then I'm going to adjust the background image and make it full 100% width and height so that it doesn't look weird. Then what I'm going to do is, if I'm not happy or if I feel that there are some changes that are needed to be done, I'm going to adjust the padding, as you could see. So now the text went in the center of the background. There you go. And then I'm going to adjust the color of the text so that it is readable against green. I'm going to also adjust the color of the second subheadline. There you go. So now it looks better. I would like to adjust the settings of this girl or the cutout, the image width, and I'm going to make her a little bit smaller. So that means I would have to adjust some sections here as well, and the padding, because obviously the text became misplaced or out of place from the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust and play with the margin first, left and right. I'll take a look, and then I'm going to click on the settings of that particular element once again. I'm going to adjust the width, play around with it a little bit. So this is what we usually do with landing pages. We want to adjust and we want to see whatever will work best for us or whatever appears best, depending on the text that we place, depending on the images that we place, or depending on the background that we choose. So we want to make sure that the text we add could blend well with the background. So as you can see, I'm playing around with it. I'm going back to the girl and made some edits. Now this looks better. It's time for me now to select this and then paste my second text for this box, basically meet your yoga instructor. Now, if I would like to make further changes to the background or maybe to the alignment, I can. So this is how our landing page looks like so far. Right after that, I will then click Add Section. I will select a full width section. And then after selecting a full width section, I will select one column only. Again, I will select the settings and then I would go to the image library. I will choose a good background for that section. I have it right here. Now I could add a new element, which is going to be a headline. Now to make it easier, I'm just going to clone this headline right here, drag it and drop it here on this section. And then I will adjust the settings. So basically I'm going to change the color and I'm also going to change the alignment. I'm going to play with the settings and obviously make it look appealing and nice and matching the landing page. So let's go ahead and paste first the correct text and then let's go ahead and adjust the color. So now it stands out because I chose black, and then at the background, as you can see, it's cohesive, it flows. So these are the backgrounds that we've created earlier on ClickDesigns. Now I'm going to clone this subheadline right here. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to adjust the color to make it stand out. The next step is for me to update the text right here. I'm going to paste the correct text that belongs to this section, and then I'm going to fix the alignment. Then I can now add a new section or a new element. So I'm just going to click Add Element, and then I'm going to select an image placeholder. Click on Settings, click on Image URL, open up the image gallery, and then select the correct image that goes to that section. Now these are the icons that we've created earlier as well on ClickDesigns, and as you can see, they blend with the background and they blend as well with the color of the fonts. Now I've added a new full width section with one column. I'm going to select the settings again and then go to the image URL, back to the image gallery to find the right background that I've created that matches this section. Right after that, I can now add an element. I will add the headline, or I could clone this one and then drag it down so it retains the same formatting. Now we have this headline right here. Then I could add another element with an image placeholder. Select the image settings, image URL, and then go back to the image library and then select the testimonials that we've created earlier. Let's fix the alignment. Let's center it. And then let's go ahead and play with the width and the height. Let's see how it's going to look like. Let's select the background of the text. And let's make some adjustments to the width and the height, or maybe the top margin first. Let's see. Okay, let's move that a little bit down. And then for this rectangle, this background right here, so let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger by adjusting the bottom padding of the text box. So now we have it. Let's just make our final touches on this testimonial section right here by pasting the updated text. Once done, we're ready to add a new section. Let's click on Add. Then let's select 2 columns. Now we can click on the settings of this particular section and then add the image URL from our image gallery. Let's select the background that is appropriate for that section. Now this is how the background looks like. Then we should add the elements. So first we add an image placeholder right here. We go back to the image gallery and then we bring the e-cover that we've created here. Now we have another element. So what we do is we just copy this headline right here and then paste it on this element box. So this is our headline. Let's change the alignment. Let's copy the text, let's update it, and let's paste it. Let's look for the subheadline that we can copy. Let's clone that. Let's drag it and drop it under the new headline that we've created. Let's go ahead and change the color. And we also need to fix the alignment. There you go. Then let's update the text by copying and pasting it with the new text that we have that belongs to this e-cover. So now let's just make some final touches. And this is how our landing page looks like so far. What we're going to do next is we're going to grab that call to action button that we've created on top, clone it, and then drag it and drop it right here at the bottom of this e-cover. Let's update the call to action text and let's make it get started today. Right there. Okay, so now this looks good. We're still missing one last section, which is the footer section. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to click on add section, and then we're going to select the full page section, and then we're going to make it one column. Right after that, let's click on the settings icon and then the image URL. Then let's select the footer background, which is this black one right here. Right after that, we add an element. Let's select the image placeholder right there. And then let's go back to our image gallery. Then let's select this logo. So we made two variations of the logo. We have a light background logo and we have a dark background logo. So this is our dark background logo. So we've just adjusted the width and the height or the size of the logo. Right after that, we are going to add the navigation element or the navigation menu right here. So it's exactly the same as the navigation on top. Let's just fix the alignment of our footer. And let's play around with some of the paddings and maybe the font style, the font size. There you go. And the color. There, this one. Now, this is the way our landing page footer looks like. Let's just make some final touches right here by fixing the top margin, making them stick a little bit more together, and let's save our landing page. Once it's done saving, let's click on this eye icon right here to preview how our landing page looks like on the browser. So here you go. There, we have the icons, we have our testimonial, we have our book cover, we have our footer, and everything else. So let's scroll back up so you could see everything that we've built here from ClickDesigns and added to ClickFunnels. And now we have our done and dusted yoga landing page. And that's it. That's how easy it is to create a landing page using all the graphics created on ClickDesigns.